Welcome to my kitchen. So I've been preparing some medicinal blends for women's sexual health, women's immunity, women's hormonal balance, and I'm also preparing to host a workshop this new moon Tuesday at my Canggu Isis temple. And it's gonna be a workshop specially for women. It's gonna be called Medicine Woman Lioness Rising, in which I'm going to teach you all the tools that I've been harnessing for the last 20 years of my life, ever since I got into plant medicines, shamanism from the Mayas, the Mexicas, the Peruvian Incas, the Queros, the Quechua shamanism of the four spirit animals, the jaguar, the eagle condor, the hummingbird, and the serpent. So we're going to merge those medicines and those elements represented by these spirit animals. And then we're also going to get into Chinese medicine. We're going to get into the medicinal powers of the plants, especially the plants here in Indonesia, because we're located in Bali. But these plants can also be found in Asia and some of them in the Western Hemisphere. And we're going to start creating in the class tea blends especially designed for each woman in the workshop. So you're going to get away from this workshop with a lot of knowledge on how to create your own medicinal tea blends, especially for immune boosting or for certain elements. It's since the whole thing with COVID started 5 months ago, I've been devoting myself to find the highest end antivirals, antibacterials, and immune boosters that I could get hands on here in Bali, and I got them. I created a line of essential oils with a Balinese oil master with amazing essential oil based in plants, naturally made or organic components. And I'm also going to be teaching a little class about essential oils, their uses, their purposes, how do they affect your energy, how do they improve your emotions, how they improve your state in the world, how to integrate them into your self-care practice, how to turn health into bliss, how to turn bliss into purpose, and how to turn purpose into something fun, something creative, something that you can do at home, something that you can do with your loved ones. Because in the end, what it really matters in life is how much we gave, how much we shared, how much we learned, how much we experienced, and how much we love doing what we do and loving the presence of other human beings. So I'm convoking and invoking for other medicine sisters that want to join me in my beautiful Isis Venus temple here in Canggu. You're more than welcome to join us. Send me a little DM if you want more details on how to join this workshop, the contribution, the topics that we're going to be touching. We're going to be dwelling into the amazing power of flowers, herbs, twigs, roots, essential oils, pleasure, self-love, gratitude practice, how to really tune in with your own bliss and your own grounding and your own love for yourself in order to give to others. But first you have to give to yourself. And sometimes it's really hard for us to just take a moment, take a pause. And that's why I started working with all these little items and essential oils and flowers and art and music, is to remember myself, to take a moment, take a pause, to connect with myself, and by doing so, connecting with divinity and connecting to all the people around the world that needs these medicine of the embodiment practices, that needs the medicine of the plants, that needs the medicine of nature, that needs the medicine from the heart, and that needs the medicine from women. So this is going to be my first workshop in Canggu, and it's going to be dedicated for women, because I feel it's going to be amazing to get a group of 10, 12, 13 women, and then just go into a journey with 13 women, and through 3 or 4 hours share all of my toolkits, all of what I've been learning in Mexico and Canada and Costa Rica and Indonesia and Australia and all these beautiful lands and all these beautiful cultures that I've been in touch with. I want to just like lay it out in the table, just as I did tonight, to prepare some tea blends and bring the offerings to the goddess inside ourselves. And then on the second workshop next week, then we'll invite women and men in to create a circle, a council, a vision council with women and men, putting their hopes, their dreams, their passions, their problems, their issues, their love into the table, and trying to find solution. Try to find solution among a round table of visionaries and change makers, because we really need to like join forces right now and bring in the best of humanity and the best from our own hearts and our own lives to visualize how do we wish to envision the world in the next 10 years, and how do we wish to envision our own lives in the next year or two. And for that, we need a community. We need to like create a tribe, a unit, and gather forces, gather visions, gather dreams, and gather solutions. Because when we're alone, we can be troubled by the propaganda that is set up out there in social media and so intensely out there in the world. But when we're in a collective and we remind each other that we're supported, we remind each other of the beauty, the passion, and the strength of humanity as a collective, then hope gets reestablished, and the vision of the most beautiful world that we can possibly dream becomes manifested when we dream it as a collective. So even if we're facing really challenging times as humanity, as nature, as a collective, we're also given an opportunity, a single moment of opportunity where we can make a conscious decision to make it to the next chapter, when we can choose to not self-destroy ourselves and restart regenerating nature, start regenerating the earth, start rebuilding all the damage that we created in the world in the last 1,000 years, and more systematically in the last couple hundred years. And I believe in the strength of the human spirit. I believe deeply in the power of regenerating our own bodies and regenerating our own minds and our spirits, and truly give our tribe and give our collective a second chance to live in paradise here on earth. But it's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of commitment. It's going to take a lot of passion. It's going to take a lot of dreamers to get there. But if we can dream it as a collective, we can make it happen. And that's what I want to start creating here in my home in Canggu, is gatherings of change makers and people who believe that we can make a change in the world and in our own lives first. So if you wish to know more about the Women's Circle on Tuesday, or the Visionary Change Makers Roundtable of women and men on next Saturday, not this week, but the next week, then just shoot me a DM and I'll send you more details. And send you much love wherever you're watching, and start gathering your people. It's like start gathering with your neighbors, start gathering with your farmers, with your service providers, with anyone that crosses through your day. Connect with them. It's like connect, network from the heart, from the eyes, from the spark in your heart. And yeah, let's stay ignited, let's stay connected to one another, motivated, and sunrise is near. Much love.